I'm currently in the UK and I love going into Waterstones because Waterstones is like America's Barnes& and Noble. Barnes& and Noble has their book of the year and Waterstones has their book of the year. And I was going into bookstores, people were asking for this book, and the guy was like, "You are so lucky, this is the last one we have left. This book is so in high demand." I'm like, "What is this book called?" I go into Waterstones and it is the entire window display. It is the entire display in the front. I literally pick up this book to start, and a girl comes up to me and she's like, "Oh my gosh, this book is amazing. You have to read it. It's insane." So the book in question is this book called Butter. I don't know why I've never heard of this book, and I'm curious if you're an American, if you've heard of this book. Like, I picked up the book and a girl ran up to me to tell me that this book was amazing. It is basically about a woman who is a convicted serial killer and is known to just seduce all these men with her cooking. She's like a professional chef, and the way she got all these men are they're lonely businessmen. But people find it hard to believe because she is not pretty, I guess, and people are like having a hard time believing that this woman could seduce all these men looking the way she does. There's this journalist woman who is trying to break this case. This woman in prison is not talking to anybody, but she does talk to one journalist who writes her asking for her beef stew recipe. It says it's misogyny, obsession, romance, and transgressive pleasures of food in Japan. So apparently the backstory of this book is that it blew up in 2017 in Japan and it is just making its way over yonder, and somebody has translated it from Japanese to English and then it blew up. I have never heard of this. Apparently it's an international bestseller. I'm so excited to read this book. It's like a thriller, suspense. I'm so curious. Us, via Americans, via people in Europe, UK, have you heard of this book? And why hasn't it come to America yet? This will be on next month's TBR. I'm like itching to read it now, but I